All right, let's get ready to get into this. We've got a host already in maintenance mode, and the plan today is to get this host upgraded to vSphere 8. Now we do have vSAN in this cluster, which for the most part, it still exists. I've got the data store there, vSAN still enabled. We're at the latest version of 7.0, 7.03, and I've already patched that and performed all the compliance checks. One item that did come up is hardware compatibility with my NVMe drives. I've got some Western Digital Blue drives, and it's not on the vSAN hardware compatibility list. So next time you shop around for drives, ensure you check for that. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this remediation, and we'll have the option for it to skip or ignore hardware errors. So we'll come over here. We're going to do a single host. We already have it in maintenance mode. I have a KVM session to the host as well. Keep in mind that this host does have a TPM 2.0 chipset, and I'll even validate here that we should have security enabled, I believe. Let's see, security profile, and host encryption mode is enabled on here along with the TPM chipset. So let's go back to updates. And I've already checked my processor, and it seems to be fine with ESXi 8. So we'll do remediate. So let's look at our remediate options. So single host, perfect. HA control will be disabled. Under remediation settings, ignore warnings about unsupported hardware devices. Yes. And then quick boot is not supported on my hardware platform, so nothing to worry about there. And then install ISO. That's going to be the latest version of 8 out there, and we'll click remediate. So remediate is kicking off. We can kind of browse into the monitor and see how it's coming along with its tasks. Let's go under events here. Pre-checks. And then we've got a session here just to kind of monitor and see, what happens. So I'll go ahead and pause the video here and come back when it's all done. Okay, let's come back for a moment in the middle of this. We've been reviewing the events, and yeah, host is being rebooted. That's all a good sign. Our KVM is showing here that, hey, we are rebooting. Look at that. So all promising. What I'm really looking forward to is all the, what kind of errors we might come across, when it's back up. Some of the things I'm looking forward to is vSphere configuration versus host profiles. And of course, I probably failed to mention this vCenter has been upgraded to 8, of course. So we'll be right back. All right, we'll come back here as we're almost getting loaded. Now, I do want to mention that we have NSX VIBs pushed out here on this host as well. We have previously we've already upgraded NSX to 4.0, 4.01. We've gone ahead and upgraded VROPs, log inside some other vRealize components, right? Trying to just as many of the integrations with vSphere there is with vCenter. Really interested to see running one host with one different version of vSAN, which should be okay, but let's see how it responds. I plan on deconstructing vSAN and redeploying with ESA. All right, we're fully booted up. As you can see here, we're at ESXi 8. My host is back in the cluster. Just some spot checks here. Obviously, you're going to take some further precautions doing this in a production environment in an enterprise. Encryption is still enabled. That should not change. Let's reduce this down a little bit. And all kinds of fun stuff here. So our data store is still here. What I'd like to do now is take this out of maintenance mode. By the way, in case you didn't notice that, we do have with ESXi, there it is. So let's go exit maintenance mode. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue on with the remainder of the cluster and just start going to town. And I will come back when it's all completed, when the entire cluster is completed. All right, so we're back and we have all 3 hosts on version 8. So we are rocking in business here. So if we click at the cluster, let's go to monitor. Let's take a look what some of our vSAN looks like. Now I'm doing CEIP enabled, NVMe devices are not VMware certified. I get that. The disk format version, on disk format upgrade is recommended. So that is something I'll be doing here in the near future, but we are completed. We are good to go. We're at 8 and there's lots of features to dive into. Obviously we're not going to hit all of them, but so far definitely good. I mean, here's our vSAN data store. So everything's good. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. Thanks for watching.